Hi, welcome to the coaching game. I'm Laurie Lawson, and as promised, my good friend Dorota Raniszewska came back. We had her on last year, and she said she was coming back, and here she is. Hey, Dorota.
Hi, Laurie. That's so cool to meet again 1 year later on the same purpose, but next edition. So I'm very happy and grateful for this opportunity to meet with you. And let's see what we will be talking
Let's see what
about.
we come up with. She's already come up with it, for goodness sakes. What we're talking about is that Dorota last year. Dorota is like a master, a world-renowned photographer and a master coach, and she put them all together unbelievably. And last year came up with something called Symposium on on photography in coaching. And it was spectacular. And she said, I think I'll do it again. And here she is, because she's going to do it again. That's so exciting. Dorota, tell us, what is a symposium on photography in coaching? What is it and how did it come about?
Okay, so as you already said, we started last year. I've been teaching, actually, I've been teaching I started using photos in coaching many years ago already. And then I discovered the power of photos in coaching. So I thought to spread the news and I started teaching workshops on using photos in coaching. And through the years, I knew many people who followed my workshops, or there was a large group of people who followed me also. And last year, I decided why not to not only show what I do, but also show what others do. So other people who either learned from me or we just met on the journey, and they also have used different ways, these photographs, these pictures in coaching. And last year there was this first international symposium on photography in coaching. And yes, you're right, that was a success. We had received like more than 400 people who registered. And I thought, why not to repeat it? Because the feedback was spectacular. I received so many emails from participants that they enjoyed listening to others and having this sense of belonging. Many people wrote me, hey, I'm living somewhere in another continent, in another country. I thought I'm alone. I didn't know there is such a large community of people who also do similar things. And it's so cool to connect and to exchange ideas and to have this feeling of belonging. So I thought, yeah, I have to repeat the event simply. So this year we are going to meet on in 16 November on the second International Symposium on Photography and Coaching. And there are some speakers who were already last year, some new speakers, some who simply wrote to me and asked, could I please present my stuff? So yes, this is how it developed.
I think that was one of the most fascinating things about the symposium, the number of people that you gathered as presenters who were doing such unique and innovative things. And it's like, who would have ever thought of that? I mean, as one person dealt with the pandemic by bringing people together with photographs, it was just so amazing what people came up with. Dorota and I met through something called Points of You, which is basic images that, bring out the coaching part and help you coach and break down that third wall and all that jazz. And but she's been doing it for a long time, but to bring all these talented people together to do such amazing things and to let other people know what they're doing. I went, oh my God, why hasn't this been done before? And I'm so thrilled that it's being done again. Is this going to be an annual event?
I hope so. This is the second one, and I wish everyone interested in the topic and myself that we can continue that. Maybe I share something more. This year, I've been awarded for I'm accredited with the EMCC as a coach and mentor. And this year, I've been awarded on the master level, master practitioner, which is really an extraordinary award. And my master is mainly built around the development and spreading, the know-how about how to use photos in coaching. So like a field of know-how. And I think it's important because the EMCC, which is a very professional coaching association, they've been able to recognize this practice as a professional coaching practice. And I think that's important for everyone who wants to consider themselves as professional coaches or therapists and also include and use photos in the practices. And my direct assessor at EMCC, she took part in the symposium, and it was still in the process of my re-accreditation. And she then returned to me and she said that all the presenters, everyone was so professional, were prepared, and that
Oh,
it was really a very good event. And yes, so we did it, but we did it on a very good level. That's what I think also, and I believe, and I'm very happy we're going to be repeated this year. And that somehow, it's not only passion, not only sharing, not only belonging, but it's really contributing to the professionalization of the profession, to the professional standards of the profession. And I wanted to share because I think that's a very important aspect of all that adventure,
mm.
let's say, that we also get this recognition from a professional body.
Definitely. Oh, congratulations. Wow. Very impressive. It's like your signature is going to get longer and longer with all these awards. But that's great. That's great. I don't think anyone that viewed the symposium last year would go, "Oh, this looks like a first time thing." It was so smooth and so well done. And you really shared the stage. It's like, you really highlighted people who were doing some really unique things, and that was so nice to see. What did you feel the highlights were of? We'll talk about this year's coming up because there's time to
Uh-huh.
still register for that. But what did you feel were the highlights of last year?
Last year, we mostly there was a series of presentation on how we can differently use photos in coaching, and there was no like a main theme. It was very open, very diverse. And this year, we are going to be more focused around well-being, let's say, and how to use photos in professional practices, focus on well-being and happiness and hope, which we need so much in the world. So I think that last year was like the first time opening and general, and this year will be like focused around the um, fields of reflections that are currently so important and being discussed. So we still are going to talk about how to use photos to deepen self-awareness, increase self-awareness, to get these deeper insights. But most of the case studies will be from the projects or from the practices that are specifically focused on bringing hope, increasing the level of happiness, helping people have more happiness in life, connection, and yeah, and general well-being.
Amazing. You're so timely with everything that you do. Because I'm seeing coming across my desk more about well-being. It's like, and I don't know if it is the situation or worldwide, and but when did you decide this well-being is going to be the theme of this? So was it what made you decide that?
Hmm. Well, good question. I think there were two things on parallel. One, I wanted to have an umbrella, a title, an umbrella, and a focus, an umbrella focus to include coaching and other practices that are towards people well-being.
Yeah.
So I thought it's good to just call it well-being, to not to be so specific like coaching, therapy, because many professionals combine various elements from different practices, and I wanted to have a larger approach to what we do. So this is like technical thing, and another thing is that simply um, traditionally coaching was considered as an approach to solve problems, to get to find solutions. And more we understand, and we need to speak about it, I think, we professionals, that it's much larger, that it's in the context of well-being, because if we perform better, easier, and more consciously, we make better choices. It's a way for a better well-being, more satisfaction, more health. We um, use better our resources, our energies, our life, and we build better relationships and so on. So I think that that was I tried to be more general, more universal, instead of saying coaching,
Hmm.
because I think we are both towards that objective that we want. I mean, I'm speaking about professionals, that we are using photos or we do what we do, but it's because we want to help people to improve their well-being, because this is the end result.
I love that perspective. And I think you're right. I think when we started, I think you and I have been kicking around for a while in the world of coaching. It was something to, let's solve problems, let's get people to their goal, let's take down barriers. And then we had the economic crash of 2008. And then we had the pandemic. And now we have Lord knows what. It's like wars all over the place. And,
Yes.
and suddenly people started to realize coaching isn't just about problems. It can be combined with so many other things and enhance and bring forth feelings that are so needed right now. So bless you for figuring that out and bringing it to the world at this point. All right, what can we expect from this coming up, the second symposium? What are some things that are going on there? I know you have, I love the presenters you have because they have great names for their businesses. Oh, I
Yes.
want to learn more about this. So, what's happening in the second symposium?
Yes, we have, that's true. The team of presenters is fantastic, and I'm really blessed and grateful for these people who wanted to speak. So there will be 8 presentations, and the Q&A session at the end, of course, as always. And it's always people wait to ask questions, to have a little bit of discussion. So there will be 8 presentations and then Q&A. Um, Actually, as for the names, we are going to start with Judy Weiser, and we will talk about what is different in using photographs to improve coaching and therapy. So I think, because we've been already working with Judy since a few months on defining these differences and really spotting them and putting them right in words. So I hope we are going to give a really good answers to these questions. So what is really different in using photos in coaching and in therapy? So we are also say what is really different between coaching and therapy. And then there will be Mandy Seligman talking about newest developments in her Seeing Happy project, very much about using photos to improve hope. And she will show how photos can be, and photo-based projects can be used to help people find more hope that is so necessary to be engaged in life. There will be a presentation about using photos and portraits by Andrea Giraldes from the Cambridge University. There will be a presentation by Nikki Torode about combining expressive writing and photographs in team coaching. So there will be also this context of team coaching, which is nowadays so much developing, because we know that the future of coaching is also team coaching and working with teams towards working on cooperation and collaboration between people. So yeah, I probably did not announce everyone here, but I just gave few highlights, and there will be all these presentations are going to be about real practices. So it's on projects that are done now by these people, fresh experiences, not from the past, from working with people with current challenges, and very fresh new stuff. So I'm very happy we're going to serve not theory, not summaries from many years of practice, but what's going on right now.
Very exciting. I can't wait. I can't wait. And I'm going to just keep saying it's November 16th, which is a Saturday, but around the world, who knows where it is? It's November 16th. Figure it out. And Dorota will tell
Yeah,
you the time. Tell us how that we'll do it again at the end, but how can people register for this?
that's very easy. The first good
Good.
news is very
Good.
easy. So the easiest way is just to go to my page, website, which is photoincoaching.com/symposium.
Okay.
And
Let me just say that's photo dash in dash coaching, right?
yes,
.com,
photo-in-coaching.com
right?
slash symposium, and the registration form is there.
Perfect.
Also, I think that when people Google symposium on photography and coaching, there is only one.
Yay.
So they will find it.
Okay.
Also, another way is just to see my fan page on Facebook or on LinkedIn, because I'm very systemic, in communicating.
Yes.
So when I and once a time, once 2 weeks probably, I publish information updates. I send a newsletter, so I always spread it on Facebook, on LinkedIn, also on Judy Weiser's very large Facebook group on therapeutic photography. So it's in the air, and it's not difficult to find it. But I think my website is the
Easy.
fastest way to
Yeah.
click the button register, and it takes you immediately to the registration forum on Google.
Mm.
And once you register and you send your registration, people immediately receive the confirmation email with the link to the symposium that is going to happen on Zoom.
Mm.
So immediately they receive the place, the link to the place.
And this is a 3 hour symposium, is that right?
Yes,
3 hours,
yes.
okay.
The first 2 hours is presentations, and then we have this 1 hour for conversations, typically. Yes.
Okay.
And it's 16th November, it's Saturday. It starts at 3 p.m. Warsaw time, so it's Central European time.
9
I
a.m. New
always try
York
to find
time.
a
I want
time
to
in
check
between
that.
continents. So those who are in Canada, Vancouver, in the West Coast, they will need to get up very early.
Not
But
so early. We can do that. We're
you
good.
can do that. But Laurie, for those who really want to take part, but it's not the time they can do, you can always these people can always register because those who registered, I will share the recording with them.
Oh, that's wonderful. You did that
Yes.
last year, and it was just, oh, it's so good to be able to replay this. Yeah.
Yes. So if you want, but you can't register, you will receive the my communication before and after, and also the link to the recording because many people want to watch it again, for instance, or sometimes something happened, someone cannot join. So those who are really motivated, I really want them to catch up.
So the trick is register at
Yes.
photo-in-coaching.com/symposium. Just
Yes.
register, and even if you can't be there, you'll still get some rewards. Let me ask you something. Yeah, okay, let's say people don't know anything about photos and they don't. Who is this? Who is did you develop this for? Who's welcome? I know you're going to say everybody's welcome. Who was this developed?
So you know the
Except
answer.
blonde hair people, you can't come. No, it's who was this developed for, and what's the purpose? What do you?
Okay.
I take pictures with my camera sometimes, and they're not so great, but I'm still fascinated with what other people do. So who should come?
Mhm. All right. So yes, Laura, you know the answer, but
I
let's
do.
say it's only the
I want
part
to
of
hear
the
you say
answer.
it. Yeah.
It's the part of the answer. I think it's worth to. That's a very good question. Thank you, and I think it's worth to develop a little bit more on that. Obviously, and this naturally, this is for everyone who is interested in using photos and more creativity maybe, but not only creativity, using like personal stories that people can build on while reflecting and while reflecting with the use of photos. So for those who are interested, of course, and photos, pictures became such a mean to record our lives, to talk about our lives, to remember about our lives, that it's a natural element of our storytelling, our daily storytelling. So that's enough to explain why it makes sense to talk about using photographs, because this is the way people record, this is the people remember, this is the people share information, news, and this is in the media, in social media. It's such a the photographs play such a big role in communication. So that's enough to explain why it makes sense, because we use photos in our communication and reflection and appreciation and many other things. So those who are interested, it makes sense. But also, I would like to highlight that I think for coaches, it's also important it's also a very good event. Why? Because very much professional coaches who so much are in that conversation mode, um, they can get inspiration from that symposium about how to go beyond cognitive, how to use more than only questions and words, being still professional within the professional coaching framework, ethics. So I think that the aim of the symposium is to share how what is it using photos in coaching? What is this field about? How you can do it, so people can learn really how to get inspired, how to do this. On the other hand, the aim is also to show these practices and examples in the context of professional practice.
Mm.
So all the presenters are professionals. So the PCC and other accredited coaches, they really, everyone is on a very professional level. So the aim is also to show how we can go beyond what we already know, but having in mind that we do it professionally, within the standards, within the ethics, and having in mind the competences, the core competences
Mm.
that that are important for the profession.
Definitely. This is, we only have a few minutes left, but this is just your personal opinion. I know you've been in photography for a long time. What do you think about that everybody's a photographer now? That everything is, how do you feel about that? Is that a good trend or a bad trend? Everybody takes a picture of everything. And then you have flash drives where you can save
Mhm.
thousands of pictures and take more pictures.
Uh-huh.
What do you think about that?
Okay, so I think that it's neither good or bad. It's just the fact that people take photos, and they might be totally not These might be not professional photos. They are just for the personal use. This is the way how people communicate, and this is how people reflect. So despite the quality of these photographs, they are used massively. And that's why I think it makes sense to think how we can use them in our profession, in helping people to reflect. Because what we do as coaches or therapists, we help people to reflect in a very structured way, however.
Hmm.
So if on a daily basis people reflect, share using photos, we can also help them to reflect in a structured way using photos. And by the way, this is one of the it's a part of the answer. I think an important part. So it's very
Beautiful
logical.
answer. Yes, take this trend that's gone hog wild crazy and say, you know what? You can do more stuff with these things. You don't have to just take pictures of your meal. You can use this in your profession. You're going to find out so much more on November 16th. Please join this lovely lady I have so much faith that this is going to be great. Again, you can register at coaching dot com slash symposium. Go there and register. Because I guarantee you're going to have something that you go, wow, I never thought of that. She's got some fantastic presenters, and she herself is a fantastic presenter. So Dorota, I'm going to see you on the 16th. I'm going to make a date with you for a year from now for the third symposium. No pressure, but hey, so thank you
But
so
Laurie,
Yes,
I also want to thank you for this interview because it's amazing because you're part of this event as well. For the
yes,
second
yes.
year, as the last year, this year, you are our media partner.
I
That's
am, whatever that
great
means, I'm
to
here.
see, which is lovely, fantastic. And and you're also a professional coach. You've been
Yes. Hmm.
and you are the accredited ICF coach. You've been in the profession since the
So
beginning
long.
it existed,
So
and you've
long.
been the president of the New York chapter of ICF. So you're really our media partner who is also a professional coach, which is
Okay. So we're all going to be there
fantastic.
and we're all going to have a great time. Thank you so much, Dorota.
Thank you.